At the starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday.
My brother and I drove about 5 hours to buy a new project car. After we sold our last project, the Audi, we ended up buying this running and driving S13 hatch. Now, obviously the exterior looked really bad, but we have big plans to fix that, and you're about to see that the interior isn't the best as well. The dash has a lot of cracks on it, but that's pretty common for these cars. Anyway, I think it's pretty rare to find one of these running and driving and at a decent price, so my brother and I were pretty quick to buy this one. No, it's good.
Also, AC is deleted. There's no compressor or anything. Yeah, look, there's no compressor, and then you see those lines? There's nothing going there.
So yeah, after stopping to get gas and making sure to check all the fluids, check on the engine, we had to take this car basically 5 or 6 hours to go home, and there was a lot of traffic. We ended up having to take the PCH because the traffic was so bad, but it was during sunset, so it was pretty cool. Now the car actually made it home without any issues. My brother just said it was a pretty rough drive, wasn't the most comfortable to drive this car home. It did actually die at idle once when we first started driving, but we think that was probably a mix of bad gas and some of the emissions stuff deleted. Here's a closer look at the interior. It actually has the blue interior. Obviously it's a manual 5-speed, had an aftermarket radio. And so with this gauge cluster, the speedometer, tachometer, and the coolant temperature gauge all didn't work. And on this odometer, it has over 300,000 miles, which is pretty crazy. Now, I haven't mentioned this about the car yet, but it's a 1990 and it has the KA24DE, which is a dual cam, when it should have come with the single cam. So that means a lot of things on this car have been swapped, like that gauge cluster, for example. The car has had the 5-lug swap done. We'll be replacing these wheels pretty soon though. And it's pretty good to have this ISR exhaust as well. And the last couple mods I haven't covered on this car yet are the upgraded 300ZX brakes, I think only in the front though. And then it has coilovers in the front and rear, but the brand in the front is different from the brand in the back, kind of random, but it works for now. I didn't think so.
Yeah, the noise goes away. Something with the clutch right now.
Yeah.
Maybe the clutch is unreal. It's like some type of chatter noise.
unzip ties. Look there. Look there. No, from the top.
Okay, so we took out most of the interior. The seats and the back seats are outside. We might try taking out this carpet, clean it all up. I'm taking out this side panel. There's a subwoofer power cable running through here. We're just gonna take that out. So basically, I was starting work on the interior, but I think we're gonna put a lot of the interior work into its own episode, which will probably be the next episode. So I had to leave that day and I wasn't able to record, but my brother got these taillights on and they look pretty nice. Also, I forgot to mention, but all the wheels are off the car right now, sitting on jack stands. My brother did this as he's kind of taking a look at the suspension, and so we're actually getting all the suspension arms we need. He removed these two, as you see. One is some random aftermarket one and one is OEM. These are some used ISR arms. I can't remember the exact ones. These are Megan Racing. Something else he did was replace the rear brake pads. A few new things at the front of the car would be these LED headlights. Like, they look pretty nice. I can't remember if I showed this, but this coolant tank is pretty cool. Metal. The original one was kind of cracked, so good thing to replace. You can even see the level of coolant there. Something small also, it's battery tie down. I didn't have it before. My brother also did the fuel filter right here. Hopefully something we get to today are these motor mounts and this transmission mount. We got these off in Juku Racing. I can put a picture of what they are. I think these are supposed to be a little stiffer than OEM. The current mounts in the car might be the ones the car came with, and so I think replacing them will be great. Lots of parts just arrived. Most likely steering wheel. These are inner tie rods. No, these are inner tie rods, and then I think these are hydraulic bed struts. We don't know what this is.
Is the oil like really black?
So these are the mounts we removed from the car. These two were aftermarket. They're Megan Racing mounts, but they're not what Megan Racing currently sells, so they're most likely old. But they still seem to be in good condition. And then this most likely was the OEM mount, I'm not too sure. again.